Good afternoon. It is February 3rd, 2025, and it's a Monday. We are in the 3 p.m. hour. Settlement was, I was in the chat, 6064.75. The lower day before 9 o'clock was 5998.75, and the lower day before 9 o'clock was 5935.50. The previous day's low was 6057, 73 quarters, and then Friday low, right? Yeah, 6057.75. Friday low, previous day low, and then previous day's high, which is the week high, was 6147.75. Interesting day today. The gap between, let's just do the opening gap for brevity's sake. The midpoint of that was 6018.50, and we ran to that during AM today. Depending on the close, we'll probably hit the Friday low and then the settlement. Before we now have added volume going into the day. We had added volume going into this day, and now we have added volume closing out this day. When we gapped lower, we went to the January open, tagged it, and then right at midnight, we just made the move. Came back very low, but we didn't hit the January open, nor did we hit the true open for midnight. Came back to the London low. Put a limit order there. I don't see you. Oh my God, you are just getting 40 ticks. That is hell to try and grasp that low and deal with all that drawdown. That's a lot of drawdown to deal with. You took it here, you would have to deal with it there. And I wouldn't be able to deal with that. But someone else setting and forgetting, you've gotten it. Especially if they just put their stop loss here, they're just fine. But from there to that low is 100 ticks. So that's a lot of risk. That's a lot of risk to deal with. Yeah, 1020, they just go for it. Like out of the blue. It's 10 o'clock here. I'm going to take it there. How much is that from the open? That's not 80 ticks, unfortunately. So you get stopped out there. Yeah, 1020, they just went for it. So 1015 is here. They just blow through it. And then the one trade for PM is essentially this. Cleared here. That's the low. The low lines up with initial balance. You take initial balance before 1 o'clock or at 1 o'clock. It's a good trade. Get your 80 right there. And if they reach a new high, you'll get your 160. And then settlement is 200. This could be a setup for more shorting in the week. I'm not going to lean that way because this is a bull signal for me. This is just a bull signal for me. The Trump tariffs are starting to wane. The Mexico tariffs are paused, which means that there's a high possibility that at some point the Canadian tariffs will be paused. And that looks very good from a bullish perspective. This is a good way to start the month. This is a good way to start the week. But we could crash. We could crash. So if you're sitting in cash, cool. If you bought a limit order down here, cool. You should be at break. If you got here, here, or here, I would be moving my stops to this low, because if they want to move anywhere lower than this, then they got problems. This is a safe stop loss as well. 5809, this is a good stop loss as well. If you got in on January open, 5949, it's a good stop loss as well. Big week coming up. We got NFP on Friday. Yeah. I'm going to deviate just a little bit because I want to say something about crypto. And by crypto, I mean Bitcoin. I've been looking at this December low since the new year. We took it here. I sent a screenshot in the group chat, but we swiped this, caught the high, and once again we've gotten the December low again, and we have moved higher. It literally wicked off of it, and then after it wicked off of it, midnight is there, doesn't hit the midpoint of this wick, and right at midpoint it just goes for it. So that was a good buy. Bitcoin is a perma-bull for me. I would now like to see if they're gonna run here, then I would like for them. If they're not gonna run from here, if they're not gonna run from here, I would like to see them hit the January low. And if we're in a bull market, then these are my levels. And if we're in a bear market, then these are my levels. This November low, this August low, this August low here. This was also a great trade because I was looking at the July low, and it hit it twice, and then went up for more profit. So that was a great buy and hold position there. Yeah, that's me on Bitcoin. Year low is there, quarter low is here, and then the 2023 buy is right there. That was beautiful. And then this line right here is somewhere when I started college, when I should have been buying Bitcoin. But regardless, back to ES. We have taken the month open, which was also last week's low. If you bought in, like I said, if you bought in here and you're bullish, break even here. If you bought here, I will start putting my stop losses here, just to stop the bleeding if they want to keep going. And if you want to be super conservative, this is a general stop loss down here. On SPY, that generous stop loss would be 565. Yeah, that's ES, that's SPY, that's a spooze. We are starting off the month on a bullish day. Who knows what this spells? But we will see. Here's my thing. Here's my goofy take theory. I think with this new administration, we might actually get real job numbers, and those real job numbers will produce a heavy pullback. If that happens, that can produce a heavy pullback where we all now realize how unrealistic and how not real the job numbers actually are, and then we'll get an actual correction. Fixing immigration will only do just so much. And I am seeing some good effects on that. But I do believe that DeepSeek isn't going to short us. Tariffs isn't going to short us as much as we think. I think honesty about the job numbers in our in our in our um in our market will cause the short, and the bubble will be popped, and hopefully we'll get the 2022 low, and that will be a perfect reprice. And the dream case scenario is the COVID low. That would be the dream case scenario. But that's looking far out. Kufi take far out. But yeah, we're running into added daily volume today. Let's see what happens this week. Tuesday is going to be upon us. So if we are staying bearish, let's say we don't hit settlement for whatever reason. And we close and chop around here. This would be the selling point here. This high, 6049.50. That's the high that we sell to go lower and keep flushing, because this could just be a dead cat bounce to keep going lower. So these are the main two levels that you have to work with. This is your range. This is your range right here. This is your week's range right here. So you can put sell orders. You could put sell orders here, or sell or buy orders here. That's your range. And that's a big range. This is a, how big is this range? This is a 400 point range. Good Lord. Jeez, imagine if you just blind bought at midnight. I would have hit. But we will see. I see us about to go into 330 now. Let's see if they flush for 330, because they have done that before and they could do that. But sell orders here or buy orders here. Those are your plays. Long-term investing, obviously. Let me go to SPY and see what that looks like. Yeah, you would have to sell here. I'll put a sell limit here and see it get flushed overnight, or just sell this, or just put your put in order now and just hold, or just put your buy limit here. Yeah, not gonna try and predict the market. We're just gonna trade what we see and keep it pushing. All right, you have a blessed day.